In today's video, I'm going to show you all my top secret when it comes to training glutes and hamstrings. I'm taking you through my full workout and show all my top tips. I'll pop the workout in the screen right now so you can join me. It is from my 6-week shred guide. If you want to go ahead and check the full guide out, then I'll pop it in the description box down below. And if you're interested in training with me for free, then you can go ahead and check out my follow along channel, which I'll pop in the description box as well. And we're starting, as always, with a warm up. So for the warm up, I'm doing usually 5 to 10 minutes of cardio. Today I am doing jumping rope because I found that that is the best way to warm up my entire body. During my warm up, I also try to reflect a bit if anything in my body feels tight or needs a bit more attention when I move on to the dynamic exercises. And I can already feel that for me it's my neck, it feels kind of stiff. My shoulder is still acting up a little bit and my hips are always tight. So I'm going to focus on those with the dynamic stretches afterwards, but first, jumping rope. I'm aiming for 5 minutes in total, so wish me luck.
Everywhere I go, the people really wanna know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If it's said it once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees. Tip my hat when it's time for the kill. Ain't no beast when you're really real. I am the boss, I am the dawn, I am the one they call Lucky Charm. Got my own shit, I don't need your.
Okay, so I'm finished with jumping rope. If you want to get better at jumping rope, then make sure that you get a speed rope because it will make your life 10 times more easy. But now that I finished this and I'm definitely warm enough, I'm going to go to the dynamic stretches. Okay, so before I move on to the actual exercises, I'm going to drink some pre-workout because otherwise it won't kick in at the right time, which is essential. I won't dry scoop, I've seen the comments, so I'll put it in the water and drink it like a normal person. Cheers. Which is actually really tasty, but I just like, no, I won't talk about it.
Straight when she enters the room, be enthused.
Okay, so I'm going to start with warming up my neck. For that, I'm going to lay on my back and I'm putting my knees at 90 degrees. I keep my hands on my belly so I can ensure that I breathe correctly. Then I lift up my head and I'll move my neck from side to side for 8 full reps.
Smile in my face, Woody in my place, but act gully on cyberspace. Let's pump brakes, let's be frank. Running after him when you're the chase, you are the catch.
And then after I'm finished, I'm going to move up and down.
Honor these small policies, my darling. You are the empress queen. Man, respect or he'll neglect. You are the wind beneath his wings.
And then I'm going to rotate by looking from side to side. 8 full reps again.
Less than the best for you is high trees and queens. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight.
And I'm taking a little break and then I'm going to do the same round again.
Amused? This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Okay, so then I'm going to move on to some exercises for my hips and I'm going to start with the frog slide. So I'm putting my knees at a 90-degree angle. I make sure that my back stays straight. I put my forearms on the floor and then I push myself back and down into my hips and I make sure that I keep moving. It's not a static stretch, it's a dynamic stretch. And I'm going to do 8 reps again. I'm going to put myself back in the starting position and then instead of pushing myself back and down, I'm going to do like a cat-cow movement. So I'm going to pull my belly button in and then I put my chest up and my hips back and down. I really sit back into my hips and I keep repeating that for 8 reps as well. Next up, I'm going to put my leg out, toes up to the ceiling. You've seen this one before if you've seen my other videos. And then I'm going to push myself back and down again, making sure that my toes stays pointed towards the ceiling, not the plafond. 8 reps again. After that one is finished, I'm going to thread the needle, so I'm going to put my hand between my hand and my knee. And I'm going to twist and look up to the ceiling. Then
then I'm going to switch sides and do 8 reps again on the other side. Okay, next up is the wall slides, just because I want to give my shoulder a little bit of extra attention. It's feeling a 9.5 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10 yet, so we're working on it. With the wall slide, you want to make sure that everything is touching the wall, and I mean your heels, your legs, your glutes, your back, your shoulder, and your head. If possible, put your hands against the wall and then slide them down as far as you can while maintaining in contact with the wall, and then slide them up. And this feels really nice for my shoulder. So I'm going to do 8 reps as well.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If I said it once, no need to repeat.
And now it's time for the fun part. We're going to get started.
Well, I am the boss, I am the don.
Okay, first exercise of the day is the Sumo Deadlift. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 reps, but it's with a little twist, because instead of pulling it up as fast as we can, we're going to hold it for 3 seconds just below our knees to increase time under tension, which is brutal. So therefore, just 10 reps. Just 10 reps. With the Sumo Deadlift, you want to make sure that you have a wide stance. Keep your hands on the inside of your leg. Toes are slightly pointing outwards. Focus on pushing the floor away instead of pulling the bar up. And then when you lock out, make sure that you squeeze your glutes and don't overextend your back.
And still when I plant my feet, got it out the mud, now it's racks in my sleep. Look to God, he supplies my needs. Endless faith is what brought me next level prosperity. Silent power moves is what I'm giving. They love to hate the world they can't live in. Oh.
Okay, next up is the hip thrust. I'm going to do 3 sets of 15 reps. I like using a step since that is slightly lower than a regular bench. That's a bit too high for me. And I make sure that whenever I am getting into the position that the barbell is centered. That's important, otherwise you'll be out of balance really quick. I put my shoulder blades on the step. I make sure that my chin is tucked because I don't want to overextend my back. Get my feet closer to my glutes. And I want to make sure that whenever I am at the top of the movement, my knees are at about 90 degrees. You can play along with it a bit. Some people feel it differently in their glutes. I like it when my knees are 90 degrees. Keep my hands a bit wider because then I'll have more balance with the barbell, and then I focus on squeezing my glutes. There are actually different ways of doing the hip thrust. If you want to maintain constant tension, then you can keep the plates off the floor. That is harder than if you reset after every single rep. If you're struggling with form, then I would recommend resetting after every single rep.
Feared, loved, and respected, using words as a weapon. Test and she, test and she. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused.
Next exercise is the Sumo Stance Smith Machine Squat. First things first, always make sure that you put the safety pins in whenever you are using the Smith machine. Then what you want to do is make sure that you have a Sumo stance, so a wide stance. I make sure that my toes point slightly outwards. You really want to make sure that you sit back into your squat, which is possible since we're doing it in a Smith machine. Make sure that your knees always travel in line with your toes and that they don't cave in. And I make sure that I maintain constant tension. So I don't want to lock out at the top and wait for a second. I make sure that I keep moving while I'm doing my set. And I'm aiming for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps.
Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Smile in my face, would in my place, but act gully on cyberspace. Let's pump brakes, let's be frank. Running after him when you're the chase. You are the catch and he's the net. How quickly do we also do to honor?
Okay, next up, which is our second to last exercise, is the hip abduction with a little twist. I'm going to do 10 reps, keeping my upper body upwards, upright, and then 10 reps with a forward lean, and I'm going to do them immediately after each other without any rest. I'm going to do 3 sets. With this exercise, I make sure that my range of motion is actually quite limited, because when I feel my glutes working, it's from here until here. So I'm not going all the way back because then it actually shifts the tension away from my glutes. I also try to not hold myself by grabbing the handles from the chair, because I actually found that if I try to just do it with my legs, I feel it more on my glutes. I make it easier if I do it like this, and I want to make it myself more difficult instead of more easy. So range of motion is short, and I'm keeping my rest between these sets at about 30 seconds at max.
Sons eyes to see and daughters dreams to believe. Anything less than the best for you.
9 and then 10. While I'm going back, I move forward, but I keep the tension on my legs, on my glutes. I have a forward lean, and then I do 10 more reps.
This is her queendom.
And at this point, I'm laughing, but internally I'm crying.
Hurry up quick, and Hef is coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is a queendom.
And then the last exercise, we're going to do the hyperextension. I am not going to add any weight because I'm already dead, so I don't need to add any weight. Make sure that you keep the tension on your hamstrings mainly, because we're trying to target those, not necessarily your lower back. So what I do is I actually slightly round my upper back to shift the tension to my glutes and hamstrings. And then I bend at the hips, and then I squeeze my glutes and hamstrings in order to go up. 10 to 12 reps, 2 sets. And I think the fire alarm is going, so I need to do the 2 sets really quick in order to finish my workout. And I want to go really, really slow. And then squeeze my hamstrings and my glutes, and I can even feel them shaking. And then go really slow back down again. So if I wanted to make this an exercise to target my lower back, then instead of rounding my upper back, it would look something like this, just so you can see the difference. So if I want to target my lower back, I would keep my back straight and focus on pulling with my lower back muscles. If I focus on my hamstrings and glutes, I'm rounding my upper back slightly, and then it looks like this. So they look quite similar, but they have a very different effect. Finished. And then we're finishing off with some static stretches. So with static stretches, you do want to make sure that you keep the same position for, let's say, 20 seconds if possible. It's always important to bring your body back to its resting state after the workout, and I'm going to focus on the hamstrings.
Life was so hard, it made me weak.
Again, with static stretches, it's also really important that you have good form. And what you often want to do with static stretching is you want to go further than you can. I'm not the most flexible person. If I wanted to bend forward, then I would compromise my form. Whereas if I really want to feel the stretch, where I want to feel the stretch, then I'm not able to move forward. If I keep my upper body straight, then I would be able to do this. Always make sure that you keep your hips facing forward as well, and that you keep them stacked. 20 seconds. And with static stretches, you also want to make sure that you work with your breath. I feel like I'm a yoga teacher now. I'm absolutely not a yoga teacher. But every time you breathe out, you want to kind of push yourself more into the stretch. Another one that I personally really like for my hips, you want to make sure that your knees stay at 90 degrees. You face forward, and then you kind of want to lean forward as well, but again, just go as far as you can and then work with your breath.
Let's be frank, running after him when you're the chase. You are the catch and he's the net. How quickly do we all forget to honor these small policies, my darling? You are the empress queen.
And then one more. Okay, so I'm going to lay on my back, and I'm going to basically get a hook grip right here with my leg, and then I'm going to push my knee a bit while I'm pulling this leg inwards. So I'm kind of stretching out this hip.
Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused.
Make sure you keep your lower back on the ground, so I don't want to like curl up like this. Keep everything flat on the floor, and then just slightly push your knee out while pulling your other leg in. And then we're done.
This This is a queendom.
Good job, Nabil. Now it's your turn. Yes. And that was it for today. I really enjoyed training with you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed watching it. As always, I really appreciate your support. So thank you so much for watching the videos. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of me. And then I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Thank you.